Okay, so everything we need to know about Harry Potter. Like the soaring joys of Quidditch, the magical sport played on brooms high up in the air. It's a beloved pastime for many a witch or wizard. The Quaffle Inter-House Quidditch Cup at Hogwarts, or international tournament. This sport is woven into the very fabric of wizarding society. Yes, it's definitely more than just a game. Nossa, essa é a cena do Mundial que eu amo. But how come to be such a huge tradition in the wizarding world? Aren't there any other wizarding sports? Or how did Quidditch even come to be? Everything you need to know about Quidditch in 8 minutes. Tudo que você precisa saber sobre o Harry Potter Quadribol. Como que se tornou um jogo. Setembro, leis Potter Key Games. Euphoric light of the sport for yourself. Now let us take you right back to the beginning. Quidditch through the ages. Thanks. Eu tenho. Quadribol através dos séculos. I have read that book. Have a decent idea of the game's inception. So what came before Quidditch? O que veio antes do Quadribol? And wizards think it's so fun. I don't know. Well, before the much-loved sport was even invented, there were always brooms. The mere concept of flying has always been, for such wizards, transfigured into birds or humble hover charm. However, brooms gave people the freedom of fly in a more advanced way, with the added bonus that every household happened housekeeping. The earliest versions of broom were, of course, more rudimentary than your fancy modern-day firebolts and Nimbles 2001, not to mention uncomfortable, but the innocent cleaning item did the job. The dawn of racing brooms really kicked off in the early 90s, when the clean sweep revolutionized the flying tool forever, becoming the first mass-produced broom. The brand became a household name. That the Weasley twins owned Clean Sweep 5S. Brooms paved the way for many flying games. One of the earliest, the annual broom race of Sweden, started in the 10th century. The German game of stick sock soon followed, where flyers had the dragon battle atop a giant pole. Well, it was a simpler time. Flashes of Quidditch are present in so many of these ancient games, played all over the world. But in the 11th century, some old accounts of a broom game being played on Quidditch Marsh in Britain revealed the origins of our favorite sport, not to mention the name. So what did Quidditch look like in its early days, and how does it compare to the game we know and love? Stop the presses, we have a goal! Quidditch aficionados will know all too well the modern rules of the game. Nonetheless, we will wish you through, but simply the main objective of Quidditch is to score more points than the other team. The players consist of chasers, beaters, a keeper, and a seeker. The chasers aim to score with the largest ball, the quaffle, while the pesky bludgers, the black balls, fly around the pitch trying to chase the other players. Thankfully, the beaters, armed with handy bats, are around to protect. But the most important ball in Quidditch is the golden snitch, the ones seeker is dedicated to finding. That's how it looks in modern days, but many centuries ago it was a little different. Firstly, the balls. While the latter has been a mainstay in the game for centuries, the bludgers or blooders used to be quite simply giant enchanted rocks. Eita, ouch. Then there was the golden snitch, which wasn't a ball at all, but a magical creature called golden snidget. Thankfully, the game was soon modernized beyond the need for any magical creature. Bowman writes, skilled metal charmer, yeah, that's a thing. Invented the modern day's niche, and charmed it to fly around the pitch, the parameters of the pit to avoid long distant journeys. Other changes to old school Quidditch included changing the original scoring basket into hopes. The quaffle became red after its brown version kept getting lost in the mud matches, and stricter rules around things like broom tapping, especially after one incident where a referee's broom was turned into a portkey, transporting him to the Sahara Desert. Suffice it to say, eu acho que esse é o estádio mais antigo. By the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry of Magic, that all brings us pretty much up to date, and once the many of Quidditch were perfect, the game became part of wizarding culture, from the forming of Quidditch leagues to the Quidditch World Cup. That's when the fully realized players started coming up all sorts of tricky moves, zany celebrations, and clever techniques. As the sport progressed, our personal favorite, the slog grip roll, with a player must hang side from the broom to dodge a bluster. The game also produced many stars of the sport, such as Ginny Weasley, who sailed at Hogwarts in both chaser and seeker positions, for going on to become a member of all-female Quidditch team, the Holy Head Spinies. Quidditch touted many important Wizarding World characters, such as Cedric Diggory, Draco Malfoy, and of course our very own Harry Potter. And now you can become your own sporting hero too. Hurtling its way to your game's console very soon. Launching September 3rd. You can pre-order the game now at the link in our bio. From its humble beginnings of rickety broomsticks, enchanted rocks, and madcap rules, the legendary sport of Quidditch is still flying high to this very day, charming the imaginations of witches and wizards the world over. After all, when it comes to this amazing sport, the sky's the limit. Your next chapter takes flight. Today is the great day. Harry Potter Quidditch champions come to overcome World Cup on GameCube and PS2 generation. É isso aí, depois de tanto tempo o jogo chega repaginado. Agora, óbvio que seria muito melhor se eles colocassem ligas. Por exemplo, faz a liga francesa, cria uns nomes de uns times, cria a liga inglesa, liga de repente alemã. Seria legal se eles colocassem coisas do tipo, mas eu sei que eles não vão chegar a esse ponto.